I'm Gary Watt. I work for ISIS Waterside Regeneration, a company that's involved in regeneration and development in this area, with projects including the Whisky Bond and the Glue Factory.
I'm Christopher Breslin. I am the Planning and Regeneration Manager with Scottish Canals, and the last few days we've been doing a planning charrette for the Port Dundas area of Glasgow, looking at the future uses, opportunities, regeneration challenges in the area, and trying to plot out a future vision for how the area could change in years to come.
I'm Kevin Murray of Kevin Murray Associates, and our job is to plan and facilitate the whole event beforehand and then run it, and from the work that the team produces to report on it afterwards.
My name is Paola Pasino and I work for Glasgow City Council, DRS, Development and Regeneration Services. We have been here at the Whisky Bond for the past 3 days trying to think about different scenarios to regenerate the area of Port Dundas. We have started by thinking in the very long term, thinking about what this area could be like in about 20, 30, 40 years' time. And then we've been working our way back, trying to determine what are the steps that we should undertake in order to reach our goal.
My name's Craig Beckinsale. I'm providing sort of urban design and urban realm, public realm input into the project. I work with Peter Brett Associates, and we're sort of looking at the interface of all the urban design issues, public realm, infrastructure and engineering, and how we can basically create these things together to form a really great place.
I'm Willie Miller from Willie Miller Urban Design. We are part of the design team for this planning charrette at Port Dundas, and over the last few days we've been developing ideas for this wonderful part of Glasgow. It's a tremendously exciting site, tremendously exciting job, and we hope that we will kind of respond to this in a collaborative way by building in ideas from lots and lots of people that have come along to the charrette. Professionals, residents, people in the surrounding communities who've all expressed a tremendous interest in the work here.
My name's Nicola Kane. I work for Peter Brett Associates and I'm a transport planner, so I've been working on the transport aspects of the charrette.
Well, I'm Jazz Atwell. I work for Kevin Murray Associates, and we've been responsible for the organisation of the charrette and involving people, getting people along to the actual event, and working through what activities we would do with people once they're here. So things like taking people out on the site visit to make sure that they have a genuine appreciation and understanding of the whole of the site before they start to really embark on the exercise of the workshops and the dialogues as well.
My name's Ian McPherson. I work for Kevin Murray Associates, and we've been facilitating this charrette process. So my role is to be a note taker, an observer, and at the end of all of this I'll be producing a report on the process and the outputs.
Well, this is the first time I've been involved in a charrette, and I've got to say I've been very impressed with what's been happening in the last couple of days, and I congratulate all the team involved. It's been a fascinating process to see decision making brought from behind desks actually onto site. And we've witnessed everyone getting a chance to get involved, from landowners and technical experts through to residents and local businesses who have all been contributing some great ideas towards the future of this very important part of the city.
We started off on day one with about maybe 70 to 80 people in this room, people from a range of different organisations, companies in the area, local businesses, stakeholders, all wanting to get involved in the project and give us their views. So we started with a walkabout, which was tricky, trying to corral around 70 people around North Glasgow, but it was good fun. It was a nice day, and I think it gave everyone a really good hands-on experience of the opportunities in the Port Dundas area around the canal corridor, and also to give them some inspiration as to how the area might change in years to come.
It's been fantastic. I mean, it's an amazing site. People are obviously interested in it. It's right next to the city centre. It's got great views. There's a lot of businesses here. There's a lot of sort of creative industry on the edge of this. Sort of interesting communities surrounding it. There's things happening around the site which are influencing it, and I think people are interested because it's a great opportunity for Glasgow to grab something that's I suppose it's always been a bit of a forgotten part of the city, but it's right on its edge, divorced a little bit from it with the motorway. So anything that's going to help to kind of create this as a better place with an amazing canal that runs through it, which you wouldn't even know is there. It's going to be quite an interesting place for people to come and spend time in. So I think that's why people who know the site are wanting to come and sort of understand how they can make better use of it and connect it back to the city, really.
We've been looking at all sorts of issues to do with trying to reconnect Port Dundas to the surrounding area. So we've been looking at how we can improve pedestrian linkages, how we can improve cycling in and out of the site. We've looked at public transport, and we've looked at how we can really try and reduce the dominance of traffic and car parking across the whole area, really.
We've been extremely surprised but delighted by the turnout and the interest, both in terms of the number of people that have turned up, but actually the breadth and spread of the representation. So we've had the businesses, we've had landowners, developers, we've had some community representation as well as very, very good agency representation. So we've had people from various technical backgrounds, disciplines. We've had people from Scottish Water, obviously the canals, but also some of the government agencies as well that have been here, which has been an incredible positive addition to the process.
Yeah, there was a huge response on the first day. We had over 70 people come here, and that really says something about the importance of this area to Glasgow. To have that kind of response, and we're hoping for a big response again this evening when we're presenting the outcome of our work over the last 3 days.
We've got, for an area that doesn't have a lot of people living in it, it's got businesses, we've got a lot more interest than we expected. We do these all over the country, all over Scotland and England, and sometimes abroad, and we've done the other canal ones recently, and this is the most people we've had visiting any of them.
I'm really impressed with the amount of knowledge that people have had from about the area, from surrounding businesses and surrounding communities, and the commitment and interest that people have in the area is really encouraging, and I hope we're able to build on that.
I've been, to be honest, quite overwhelmed with the interest. I think last week I was wondering how many people might attend, and in the opening day to be taking 60 or 70 people round the site area I think was quite incredible. So it's been a very welcome response, and I'm sure that will help formulate some great ideas.
It's been great actually. We've had a lot of really active input from a wide range of stakeholders, and people have been particularly interested in the transport issues because I think they see that overcoming some of the transport barriers is going to be critical to the success of the whole area.
I think we hope to produce a plan for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years for the area that will be a framework. It'll obviously become part of supplementary guidance and enter the planning system as in some sort of statutory way, but it'll also be an inspiring document, an inspiring future for the area.
What we hope to have at the end of today, which is day 3, is a kind of future plan for the area in terms of what its future uses could be. So the area's historically been industrial in terms of its uses and nature, but we think that with a lot of vacant land around and the departure of Diageo from the site, there's an opportunity to create a new future for the site, which is more than just industrial business perhaps. Something that spins off the back of the canal corridor, and by the end of today we should have some kind of key ideas and a vision of what that area could look like.
I think the team will leave in place a very strong and exciting framework for the regeneration of this part of the city over the next 10 to 15 years. It's not a short-term approach, but it's one that I think will put in place the foundations for a really exciting project to come forward.
I would like to hope that the people who've come through the process of the initial stage of this feel like there is a real opportunity here, and I think for myself, I think going through the time and understanding some of the ideas from the outset, starting to kind of refine those into kind of what could be a vision for this place, I think is the great thing. And I think at the end of that, if that vision is something that people can buy into and see that it could actually happen rather than just talked about, then I think that's kind of where a great start for taking things forward, really.
I guess from my perspective, it's been exciting to be involved at an early stage and to get lots of different stakeholders with different perspectives around the table and in the room at the same time, rather than everyone looking at it from their own particular angle, but not really talking to each other in a very proactive way, and really understanding other people's perspectives. So I think it's been a very positive exercise.
We think what we'd like to see come out of this is, one, a plan and a sense of vision about how this might change. But I think more importantly, we'd like to see people getting involved in wanting to take it forward. So the plan is part of it, but the process is getting everybody enthusiastic and actually working together to make a lot of this happen.